Hello folks, my name is Ethan and I'm a developer for the CFDE Data Portal Graph Search. Today I'll be walking through some simple examples using the C2M2 Graph Search so you can quickly begin using it yourself. For those unaware, the Crosscut Metadata Model, or C2M2, is a flexible, fair framework for representing and sharing common fund datasets. It standardizes experimental resources and products while promoting the harmonization and integration of isolated data repositories. And this framework enables federated querying, data aggregation, and the integration of diverse data sets using harmonized metadata. The C2M2 Graph Search is a tool for exploring C2M2 data. Now, to start things off, notice that I'm currently viewing the CFDE data portal, and more specifically, the Graph Search landing page. You can navigate to this page in your browser by entering the URL data.cfde.cloud/graph. And there are a few things on this page, including links to a quick start guide and additional documentation, but our focus for now is the search bar near the center of the window. Here we can search for C2M2 controlled vocabulary terms as the entry point for our search. This includes terms like diseases, organisms, sample sources, and so on, but for now let's start with one of the suggested terms and try diabetes. As you type, you'll see a list of autocomplete options along with the type of the term. In this case, diabetes is a disease term. Let's select it by clicking the option in the drop-down list. After selecting our term, we're taken to a new page which shows our diabetes term as a single node on a canvas. From here, we can continue to build a search pathway which will show us relationships within the C2M2 data. So let's try doing just that. First, we have to expand from our diabetes node. To do so, simply right-click the node and click Expand from the context menu that appears. After a moment, we'll see a list of possible options. Let's choose subjects tested for diabetes in this case, this relationship. And then after another brief moment, you'll see that our subject node and a tested for relationship have been added to our pathway. And then take note that you can see the counts of both the nodes and their relationships. In this case, it's 112 nodes and 112 relationships, all pointing to one diabetes node. Now, suppose we want to see all the projects associated with these subjects and maybe their parent DCC as well. We just need to continue expanding. So we see that there's a few relationships here. We'll choose project. And then again, we'll expand to DCC. And again, we see a couple of relationships there, but we'll choose DCC. Now that we have our pathway, let's actually take a closer look at the data. To do so, click the search button in the bottom right corner of the canvas. And after clicking, after a brief moment, you'll see the results of the search presented in a tabular paginated format. We were saying we're interested in finding projects, and here we can see that the projects that we found have these DOI links, which if I click on this, we'll see the Metabolomics Workbench project. There are several other useful features available on the table as well, including we can select these rows and download the data here. We can sort on column values. You can see there's sort of a quick sorting button here, but you can also sort explicitly by either ascending or descending here. And we can also set a property for the column. So each of these columns sort of represents a node, and those nodes might have multiple properties that we might be interested in seeing. For now, though, let's return to the Pathway Builder view to try a more complex example. So to return to that view, let's click the Return to Path Search button here in the bottom right of the table view. Now that we're back at the Pathway Builder view, let's start over and search for a new term. To do so, click the Start Over button located in the toolbar here at the top right of the canvas. The button is the farthest left option. It looks like a circular arrow. There's some other tools here as well, obviously, but let's just ignore those for now and click the Start Over button. We can see our pathway has been removed and we see this new search bar here. So let's try a more complicated example. Suppose we want to find all subjects, all rat subjects data derived from RNA-seq assays from heart tissue. So let's start by just searching for rats in the search bar. So I'll just use Rattus, and we should see Rattus norvegicus here. So we'll select that. Notice that its type was NCBI taxonomy. And from this node, we can expand to subjects. And we are interested in assay types. So let's expand to file. And then we're interested in explicitly RNA-seq. So from file, we'll expand to assay type. And now we need to actually filter on assay types that we want RNA-seq. So to do that, we'll right-click to open the context menu, and then click Filters. And you'll see we have this text box here in the top left of the canvas. If we click on that, we'll see that we already have a handful of options here that we could choose from. We can see that RNA-seq is already here towards the top, but if we wanted to search for a term, we could also type it in, and we see that it's filtered down to RNA-seq assay. So we'll select that, and now we've filtered on specifically files that were generated from RNA-seq assays. Now, we still need to filter our subjects on those which had samples taken from heart tissue. To do that, we'll expand again from subject to biosample. And just like with file, we need to filter these biosamples on those that were taken specifically from heart tissue. So we'll expand and choose this sampled from anatomy relationship. And then again, just like with our assay type node, we'll filter anatomy, and heart happens to be at the very top. But again, if you needed to search, you could type in whatever you're looking for, and it'll filter down and show you the results for whatever you typed in. So we'll select that. And with that, our pathway is complete. We have rat subjects where biosamples were taken from those subjects, and those biosamples were sampled from heart tissue. And we also have files that describe those subjects that were derived from or generated from RNA-seq assays. And again, if you're interested in the actual looking at some of the underlying data, we can go to this tabular view, and it looks like you can see some information here. We have links out to some of these terms, but that concludes this introductory tutorial for the CFDE Data Portal Graph Search. Thank you for watching, and happy searching.